Welcome. In this video, I will be giving you a high-level overview of my van. It's really intended as a trailer to the van build series that I'm putting together. Over the past couple years, I've taken over 1,000 photos of the build, and I've broken those photos down into about 20 sections, and we'll create 20 different videos in the playlist, which are highlighted at the end of this video. My goal is to share my passion of the van build and what I've learned. Our van is a work in progress, and it changes as our needs change. It's important to note that I'm not an electrician, I'm not an expert, I'm just a guy with a van who wants to share what I've learned along the way. This is my 2017 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 2500 170-inch wheelbase, four-wheel drive. I'll list all the other components that I have in it. Since the van is four-wheel drive, it's a little bit taller, so I put in this electronic running ramp. As we enter into the van, you'll see I have all the conveniences of home in here. And we'll get into all the detail. We've got two fans, one in the front, one in the back. 12 LED recessed lights on 3 different switches. Refrigerator, sink, you'll see, bathroom, shower, and we'll get into the electronic components as we've gotten tons of storage. Even here, we have a bench seat that I put in with seat belts that are not DOT approved, but we just wanted to put them in there anyway. And we created 2 different work surfaces so you can, if you want, move your appliances around. And this is our isotherm. This runs off the solar and the batteries, no electricity, but it could. This is some of the appliances that we use. We also have a microwave. This is a stowable table that we've added. So, if we're going to grab something on the road, we just want to turn around and grab a quick bite. It takes nothing at all to put this stuff in. And again, the swivel seats, on both sides. I use the counter as a work area as well. And then in the back, we've got the swivel table, depending what we want to do there. All the cabinets, solid aluminum frame, 80/20 construction. We have the hydraulic closers on there. All the hinges are actually bolted into the aluminum frame, and then we'll get into all the knob configurations that we picked. But as you can see, tons of storage. And we'll get into, you'll see how all these cabinets are mounted in there with these L brackets that are bolted into the frame of the van. And we wanted the van to look stealth, so I did not want big windows. And there's also a fan over the bed. You can see the bed is slightly angled in the back, and that can be either at that incline or flat like this, depending what configuration you're going to put in the back. And this is the garage door going from the inside of the van to the back. You'll see the bed frame underneath, the lighting, all the tie-down tracks, ladders, my inverters, the battery system. So this is without the bed. The bed frame to me was the most important part because I needed to stow all of my bikes and different gear depending whether we're going to the beach or we're going for a ride. So with this, I put in this is my second bed configuration. I wanted something that had retractable legs on it so I can take it in and out of the van quickly. I can put this bed in and out of the van in less than 10 minutes. This way, if I decide to pick some stuff up at a big box store and I don't want to rent a truck or something, I do have the space to do it. And so that's why we put the bed configuration the way we did. And in the build series, I'll go over some of the other beds that I made that were very expensive, and it was just an absolute waste of money. And then I have the trifold mattress that goes into the back and lays down. So as you can see, like I said, this is on a slight incline here, and there's the brackets on the side. But the garage is very big. This is the electrical system. That's a Lexan plastic cover that goes over the top. We have 3 100 amp hour batteries, lithium ion from Life Blue, and we'll get into all that detail. And again, the electrical components, that switch there turns the inverter on and off. I keep the inverter off all the time unless I need to draw down on something electric. but most of the components that I put in this van, I tried to stay with 12 volt, but I still need a 4,000 watt inverter. I created 2 electrical areas, one on each side of the van driver's door. And again, I've got a separate switch there. The other way to charge the batteries is the alternator. This is the regulator, and we got a 0 cable running all the way from the alternator in the front, all the way through the floor into the system where it's connected to this. The inverters are a second way of charging the battery system. And the third way of charging the battery system is solar. This van used to have 400 watts of solar. I took 2 100-watt panels off. There used to be 4, so you will see the pictures on how I did it, because I didn't feel I needed it all to do it. So, I mean, between just running the battery when I'm driving and the solar alone, it keeps my refrigerator running all the time. I never turn my refrigerator off, even if it's just parked there for a month. So under here, this is my pumping system. My water tank is there. And on this side here, we have the hydronic diesel furnace hot water system. And on the left, you can see there is the heat exchanger. That's the glycol tank here. This is the hot and cold water running over to the kitchen area, the shower. And again, this is a roll-up door that I put into the bathroom. We wanted some privacy and also a closet. And that's my cassette toilet. Here we have a teak floor. I had a stainless steel custom pan made 24 by 36. This has got the drain that goes in below. Here is the sink. So I wanted all the drain plumbing right next to each other, just like in a house. So for convenience, this is a great sink, strainer. And again, we stow stuff in here when we're driving along. And then it's got a great cutting board on the top. So, and then we got maple counters. So this is the gray tank. It's 18 gallons. That's the flex tank thing goes under there is from the shower. I also added in an outside shower. Again, we do drive this on the beach. So I do not want sand in my van. So this is a very easy way to rinse off our bikes, rinse off our feet, whatever we do before we get back into the van. And it's quick and easy. And right now, this is just hooked it up to the cold. I could easily hook this up to the hot. I put in a floor filler strip. This is something I highly encourage people to do if you're walking around in the van and if you have a dog. So in the build series, there will be an introduction. I'm going to go over how I decided to build the van, what criteria I had, the specifications, and we're going to break it down into the 20 chapters. Most of this is done through photos, so I'll put that together. And now we're going to go over and list the photos. But my goal is, again, to share all this information, and I hope it sparks some ideas from other people as you're going through and building your van. So chapter 1 is going to be the subfloor insulation. What did I do with here? Why did I do it? Secondary is vibration and sound detonation. Mercedes-Benz had some in here I added. What did I do with the fan installation? How did I build my frames? How did I glue them? How did I pad it out? Chapter 4 is solar. Here's the 400 watts of solar. How did I do that? What do you do before you start drilling holes and windows in your van? That's that. This is ceiling preparation and rough wiring. What did I do to build my ceilings? This is wall prep as the cabinets are bolted. You can see all these T-nuts in the van. We put those. Then we talk about insulation and vapor barrier. What did we do for the bathroom? What materials did you use? Why did I do it? We'll get into that. Then wall panels. And then why did I pick the material that I did? All my cabinet and framing is all made out of aluminum. So this is the inverter system. Then we're going to get into the floor planking that goes over the subfloor. Again, these are all the other aluminum cabinets. Why did I decide to do this? Here's the kitchen. There's a lot in-depth information because I did build all these cabinets out of balsa wood. We'll get into the kitchen and bathroom plumbing configurations, the diesel heater, the hydronic from Comfort Cool. This is the Rixson system. We'll get into that. Battery inverter electrical overview. Again, I'm not an electrician, but I'll share with what I did. Bed frame configuration. This to me is the most important, not most important, but for me, I need the space and I need the flexibility and adaptability of the van. So for our gear. And then in chapter 20, it's really miscellaneous and junk. So I hope you enjoyed the series. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and post any comments below that you might have. Thanks. Take care.